Los Angeles Rams are world champions. A Lombardi trophy for Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Rams are world champions. A Lombardi trophy for Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Rams are world champions.
The Ramilia Sports Report is now live.
Okay, thank you. I must have touched the mute button. So can you hear me now? Can you hear me? So sorry for the delay. I was saying we went to see this movie here, the Long Walk, and it was a good movie, a Stephen King novel. And am I still muted? Hold on. Let me look at my my doohickey here. Hold on. Hold on. Testing, testing, testing. And it's showing that I'm on. So let me know if you can hear me now. Okay, I'm back. Okay, thank you. Okay, so what I was beginning to say, thinking that I know for sure that I'm on. So we went to see The Long Walk today, and then I was finishing up setting up my clips. And sorry for the delay. Usually come on to 7:05, like I said, but it was a good movie. It's a Stephen King novel, and so I do recommend it. So, but we are here, and we are ready for the Philadelphia Eagles. Got a lot to say about them. The movie was pretty good, Stockton. Got a lot to say about them, and we'll just get right into it. And a lot of people that weren't able to come in earlier because I came in later, you can watch the replay. So here's one of the reasons why we lost. Okay, it's not the only reason. It's by the way, check this out. Back in the day, we didn't like the Eagles either. But there you go, right there. Okay, so one of the reasons why we lost, okay, to the Eagles is because we put the ball on the carpet in both games, in the regular season and the playoff game. Okay, that's why we lost each one of those games, because we were coming back in the first game in the regular season, and then and then all hell broke loose, and we ended up losing it. But you cannot do that. Let's see where I'm looking for my clip. So hold on one second. Yeah, so here we go. Here's the fumble from the regular season game. We cannot have this. You got to stop it. Okay, so here's a regular season game.
Might be out.
Okay,
Let's get close here, Chris.
you got to put both hands on it, and you got to hold on to the ball. Now, players make great plays. Okay, players make great plays, but you cannot fumble the ball, especially against the Eagles. You cannot give them momentum, especially at home at Philly. You cannot do that. Okay, and then let's get to the Philadelphia game. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. So here's the Philadelphia game, and also Stafford fumbled as well. Okay, but this is the second time to the same team and it was a great hit. But you got to hold on to the ball, man. People have gotten hit good before. Here we go. Let me run it back. Let me pause it. Run it back. Okay. Here we go. We're set, aligned. Okay. Here we go. Cannot do that, man. Look where they got the ball now. Okay, so when he had the ball, when we're driving, we're on the when we hike the ball, there's a 50-yard line. Okay, let's see. So like we're roughly, let's see, like the 43-yard line, something like that. We're a pass or two away from getting to the other side of the midfield. That's a big play, a huge play. Okay, and that's one that they got. Now they fumbled twice, but that hurt right there. We cannot have that. I remember that happened. I was like ready to throw that remote control, man. I was like, what are we doing? Look at Big Dotson, man. You gotta love Dotson. Okay, so that's it right there now. And again, Stafford did the same thing, but he's trying to make something happen. Stafford coughed it up there, but you got a big old defensive lineman on him. But yeah, look at in January 19th, the playoff game. The Rams had 2 fumbles that they lost, and the Eagles had 0 that they lost. They actually did fumble a couple times. One of them was a kick return. They got it back. And then we made Jalen Hurts fumble, and they got it back. So the good teams fumble, but we can't. If we want to win, especially on the road, you cannot do that. And but that way we can help these guys. These guys are the swagoo, the Rams swag. You got to tip your hat to them. Agent Zero and V8, the two bookends, amazing defensive edge rushers. Here we go. And we cannot do that. Okay, and then but because in the middle of that oh, here's another. Here's the clip that you saw behind me, and also in the opening. I love this clip. Check this out. So you think that we're looking forward to this game? They are, and they want to win this time. That left a bad taste in their mouth. Okay, let's see. And then from the last game, Jared Verse. At first, he had said, and it was bulletin board material. He had said that Jared Verse says he hates the Eagles fans, finds them annoying, and they scream obscenities at him when the team meets in regular season. Now, if you know about the Eagles fans, they even threw snowballs allegedly at Santa Claus. during December games. He should be ready for more of that on Sunday, and he was ready, and he was egging it on. But also too, at the Eagle Stadium, they were egging the Eagle fans on too, because they actually put his comments on the Videotron for the Eagles fans. So they showed the quotes, and they showed them on there. But we don't care. They can be mad all they want. I know they were, when we were on the 13-yard line. They were shitting bricks. They thought they had an easy win. Saquon had went off again, and we came back. We came back even with the fumbles. Okay, let's get in the chat. Rasmus says, "Big horns up." Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed. Sanka says, "You're back." Yes, indeed. Browns Mob says, "Versus ready to wreck Philly again. He's ready, and we're ready to go. We're ready to go." Yes, indeed. Got it. Burrow says, "What's up, what's up, Ramelia?" Yes, indeed. How you doing, Burrow? Appreciate you. Thank you for coming on this late live. Strive Tribe says, "Bang, bang, 32 years in the gutter gang." God bless him. Stockton says, "Is that Rumble catching the pass?" He's talking about this. That's almost about the same time as the last time they won the Super Bowl. The Niners. Rams Mob says, "Fisk getting injured hurt us in the game. Hopefully he can go on Sunday." Yeah, so on my community post, Fisk and Steve Avila are working with the trainers. They're gearing towards. McVay said there's a good chance that they will play. Matter of fact, we can get the injury report for Wednesday. There's a good chance that both will play Sunday. And meanwhile, they're not practicing with the team, but they are working with the trainer and the physical the physical what's the word I'm looking for? The team physical dude, the strength and conditioning guy. Okay, Steve Avila ankle did not participate, but they're still working with the physical, the physical therapist dude and the strength and conditioning guy. So that they're working towards playing. Brandon Fisk and Steve Avila. Devontae Adams rested, so he didn't play. Havenstein rested, didn't play, didn't participate rather. Kobe Parkinson, tight end, shoulder, my shoulder, limited. And then the Eagles, Shipley, oblique, did not participate. Most likely he'll play. Jalen Carter, limited. Shoulder, most likely he'll play. Dallas Gobert, knee, limited. Most likely he'll play. So we'll get more information for Friday, the last. Also, look at my community post on YouTube so you can get more information. But we'll post it on Friday morning, early afternoon, Friday morning, for the final injury report. Some of them will be game time, like Steve Avila and Dotson, so they may come in later. But usually they release it on Friday. Tri says, "No Landman, no Puna Ford. Run D is a million times better." Yep, exactly right. Exactly right. Now this is what we were looking at with remember we some reason McVay the decision to to trade Ernest Jones, our starting green dot linebacker, right? This is what happened to us. And he's a great running back anyway, but you cannot, for the most part, we were able to mask our run defense. It wasn't the greatest, but other teams don't have a Saquon Barkley. Here we go. Check this out. Look, where's the linebackers? See, let's pause it. Where's the linebackers at? Let's see. Okay, now. Okay. You're in the wrong spot. You're tied up there, brother. You gotta. Anyway, who knows if that would have made a difference had we had Ernest Jones in there, better linebackers. But at least we just have to slow them up, make them turn in and grab them. But yeah, that's what we're looking at, that guy right there. But we're much better with Puna Ford. Landman, and they're watching tape too, so they're seeing the tendencies, the plays. They're making plans on defense. Chris Shula is making plans how to turn them in and maintain your lanes. And then Omar Spates with the second year, he's already seen this. He saw what can happen. Rasmus says 5 to 10 years from now, those Eagle players will be on the podcast talking about how they won in spite of Sir. Yeah, I say that all the time too. I remember last year he was arguing with one of the players, and one of the coaches was pushing Sirianni back. I was like, "What? That's crazy." Rasmus says it's weird how Hurts is underrated and overrated at the same time. Eagle fans rate him too high, and his detractors think he's Justin Fields. He's a good QB, but Stafford isn't. Yeah, they're two different quarterbacks. But yeah, Stafford is just something else, man. Stockton said, "Did anyone watch the NFC roundtable? Did you watch?" No, I didn't. I didn't see this last one. Ducey Falco says, "Feeling the Rams win on Sunday." I do too. The Rams want it. The Rams want this win. Let's see. So that's that one. Okay, and then just to give you an idea how easy in the first game when we played Philadelphia with no snow, you saw how we came back in the fourth quarter. Here's how easy the Rams were moving the ball in the first game against that tough defensive line of the Eagles.
Second and short, Kyren Williams, Notre Dame running back. Has the first down, Josh Sweat with the tackle for the Eagles. Sunday before Thanksgiving, knowing a lot of Philly fans traveled out. On the 41, second throw, steps. Hey, Matthew Stafford's running.
He's bumbling stumbling.
Hasn't happened all year. Slides to the 43 for a first down.
His stats are in rushing this year, 10 for -7 yards. He just made up for all that. There you go, Matthew Stafford. Everything on the line here tonight. And you know it when Stafford takes off.
Longest run with the Rams. You have to go back to his Lions days for a run that long. It was 15 on that one. And Williams busting through into the secondary. Pulled down to the 16-yard line. And Reed Blankenship.
This is that mesh point right here on the inside zone. This is the Rams' best play, most productive play, and Kyren Williams' favorite play. And there you see why.
Good opening there, and then watch the combination of Slay and Blankenship, the two starters in the back end, collide with each other, and different portions of the athletic training staff are looking.
So I just want to give you guys a few plays. And of course, Matthew Stafford throwing the ball did really good. Got Cooper Kupp a touchdown, and we just have to execute, right? Rasmus says, "Rudy, who do you got in the Winers versus the the Winers and the Fraudnos game?" I'm gonna do reverse psychology on fate, because I kept saying the Niners were going to lose these last two games, and they almost did, and it didn't come to fruition. So I'm picking the Niners to win, and hopefully something gets reversed. They have a hard time sometimes corralling Kyler Murray, and so it's up to him. If he has a good game, they could do enough to win. They're still a season or two away from being a real contender. They'll have times where they look really good. Everything's hitting on all cylinders, but they still are a season or two away from getting more depth and stuff like that. But Kyler Murray, a mobile quarterback, in that receiver is nothing to fret at. But the problem with them too is that Kyler Murray's a smaller stature guy. He ends up getting hurt at the end of the season, or he's beat up. But yeah, I'm going to say I'm taking the Niners to win, and hopefully it'll reverse. Because I swear I thought they were going to go 0-2. It almost happened, but it didn't. Rasmus says, "When are you cooking Wider Sickness again?" I'll see when we can collaborate. Facts Not Fiction says, "If there was one position we need to dominate for Sunday's game, which would it be?" If I was to say if there was one position to dominate, it would be the offensive line. If we can dominate our offensive line, we're going to score points. I really think that I told Stockton earlier that I think that we're going to win by at least 10 points, and possibly blow them out, because we owe them. It's early in the season, and but we will see. I'll take a 1-point win. I don't care. Rudy said, Stockton says, Rudy, no chores, no chores this week. Okay, we need to focus on the game. Jack 42, what other Rudy? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. The Rams don't. Orale Cabrones, how you doing, brother? Appreciate you coming in later. I went to the movies and I got everything together later, so appreciate you, brother. Okay, so let's do this now too. Let's see. Let's show our guy Jared Verse making himself known in Philly.
They're bringing 5. Hurts trying to find a lane to step up and throw, and he's going to be sacked. The 4th sack, and Hurts stays down for a minute as he's thrown down by Jared Verse, who continues to.
That is a bad man. That's a bad man. That is a bad man. And here we go. Here. Jared Verse right here. Here we go. Oops.
Hurts nothing open, thrown down, and now
Hold on. Let me go back because I overlapped it. Here we go.
Hurts nothing open, thrown down, and out of field goal range as well as Jared Verse.
I love that. When he threw him down like that, I was like, yeah. Oh man, I can't wait for this game, man. I'm locked in. I'm ready to roll, baby. I'm ready to roll. You know, we got some payback. We got some payback to do, and I'm locked on, baby. I'm locked on Rams. How many? By the way, how many locked on channels is there? There's the one that we know about with Travis Rogers and our guy D-Mac, and then there's another one with Brockers and some young kid who he's a cool look dude, but he's got a Golden State Warriors poster in the background, and I saw that. I was, what locked on Rams is this? And it was Brockers and the kid and somebody else. I can't remember the other guy. And I go, hey, somebody give the guy some flack about the Warrior, the Warriors poster in the background. But how many is there? There's locked on of all the teams, but is there multiple of the same? Because Brockers is talking about Rams too. So, but those are cool shows. Let's see. Check this out. Circa 2018, I believe this is. Hold on. Let me move this out of the way real quick. Look at that. Rams versus Eagles at the Coliseum, the other stadium that the Rams won a championship. The 1951 Los Angeles Rams won the championship in the LA Coliseum. That's an amazing picture. I saw that. I had to cue that up. That's awesome. Love that stuff, man. I love that stuff. But yeah, I love this stuff. And then we got this here. We're ready to roll, baby. We're ready to roll. It does suck that the game is so early, though. I would love it to have been like a Sunday night game or something, man. I mean, what are we doing? What are they doing over there? You know, what's going on? What is going on? You know, let's see. Hold on. I want to show you guys this here. So, Destiny Sanchez, and I seen this somewhere else too, but I couldn't find it. She has a great point. In the past 11 games the Rams have played, the Rams are 9-0. Okay, the Rams are 9-0 against every team, but 0-2 against the Eagles. Philly got it done last year against LA with explosive plays, also because of fumbled miscues by the Rams. The first two games this season for the Birds, however, have been lacking that. So one thing that we don't need to do is have them start having what she's saying is they haven't had the big plays. That's why the Cowboys almost bit them, and they almost and then this last game they played it was a little tougher too. So they're not making those explosive plays. We don't need them to start against us. So we need to keep that up for them. They're not having explosive plays, and so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Rasmus says Dodgers winning 4-0. Love it, love it. Now that everyone's starting to find the stream right now, let's just get right to it. Give me your scores for the game. Give me your scores for the game. Chaos Theory says, "What's up, Rudy? The Shigos are going down. Weather isn't going to save them this time, man. It sucks that it didn't even matter about the weather. I mean, our dudes were walking around, strutting their stuff, sleeveless. We don't care. To what the heck's going on. They go right by the getting cards. That's going to hide the stuff.
And no, I'll take that 77 for next round. I'll put that in my pocket.
Those are our dudes, man. These dudes they're not worried about it. And then Jalen Carter is a good, he wrecked us, and he's a great player. That's what great players do. It's great players do great things, and so he was a good guy about it too. He loves he appreciates a dog like and a great player like Jared Verse, young player. This is what he had to say about the little contested thing there.
Doing a little lap waving to the fans, so he had something to tell them. We just tell them that. I was like, that's motivation to us, but it wasn't really nice. It was small, little tall. You see, walking. I finished my drill, and it's still cool. I love his game. He a ball. Jalen out.
And so that's good for the game. These two guys respect each other, and but they're competitive, and Jared Verse is an alpha dog, baby. He's an alpha dog. He's a bighorn ram, and we'll see what happens. Steve says, Locked On has one for every. No, I know that, but I saw the Rams have two. They have one with Brockers, a young kid, and somebody else, and then they have the main one with Travis Rogers and D-Mac. That's what I was saying. Soccer says, Rudy, have you talked to Rambo lately? What has been saying on X? Man, let me give you an example. I'm giving Rambo some free pub, okay? Let me give you an example of Rambo. Hold on. So Rambo, let me just give you an idea. And I don't know what he always does this here. This thing of these African guys. He's as if the Eagles can't cope, Rudy, and then he shows our 2 Super Bowl trophies, has gone to the next level, delusional. I'm delusional because I put this. Because he was saying something about the Rams. I go, you really think these Rams fear that team? Psst. Please, we owe them unfinished business as Jalen Hurts is sitting there. So it's he's got to go to another team to try to to try. He can't bring his own team because we already beat them 3 times straight and we swept them last year. So I'm looking forward to us sweeping them again, honestly. But yeah, so that's him. Rasmus says NFL always f's up the schedule. Should be at prime time. I mean Rams Eagles coming off of the game before the NFC Championship game, the division round. What are you doing? What are you doing? My guy Danny Barry Sports Highlights. Happy Wednesday. Hey guys, how you doing? Appreciate you, Danny Barry. Soccer says the NFL choose to put New York Giants and Casey on prime time. It's isn't that stupid? They should have flexed that mo. Yeah, that's dumb. The Giants at any time over the Rams and Philly? Come on now. Let's see. Yeah, man, we gotta do something about Saquon Barkley. We got to do something about Saquon Barkley, man. We cannot have this shit here. I'm sorry, pardon my French. Here we go. We can't have that. Okay. But yeah, let's get to the scores. Let me get to the scores. I'll come back and get you guys. Rasmus says Rams win 28-27. Nice game. As long as we win, that's all I can. How about guy John Baumer? Good morning, Rudy from Poland at 6 a.m. here. We need all hands on deck to beat the Eagles. Everybody's got to play their best. Exactly right. Appreciate you, John. Good morning, brother. Good morning. Burrow says 38-34 Rams, baby. Love it. Love it. The Rams don't, says McVay said that he hates the Eagles fight song. I saw that. Rams Don says 24-20 win. I'll take it. If we win by safety, I'll take it. Job Hour says 20-14 Rams. Love it. Jalen Carter's a punk. He ruined our season, but he's a great player. I would love to have him. But yeah, so I'm going to go Rams. I told Stockton that I think we're going to win by at least 10 points. So that being considered, I'm going to say that we're going to put a 30-20 burger on them. A 30 burger. Rams 30. Rams 30. The Eagles, can't really think of a bad name for them, 20. Rams 30, Eagles 20 with the late field goal. Let's see. Let me get in here real quick. I'll get the scores and I'll get back to you guys' comments. Jenny Carter's a spinner, not a swallower. And that's because of the spitting on Dak Prescott. That's funny. Oh, I love it. Speaking of that,
I'm surprised because if I was Dak and somebody spit on me, football, I'm going to jail because I'm losing. I'm putting my hands on it. I'm gonna try to kill somebody.
What was everybody's reaction to?
Michael says, try to contain Barkley, get to Hurts. Yes. You can't, great players, you can't contain, you can't stop them, but you want to contain them. You know, they get a 12-yard run, maybe even break a 15, 18-yard run, and then field goal or nothing or turnover. They don't go 50, 40 yards and give them 14 points themselves on deep runs. Yep. Danny Berry Sports Highlight says 20-17 Rams. Love it, love it, love it. Sega Beast, 16-bit. Yo, Romelia, let's get them Eagles all the way. Yes, indeed. Rams all the way. Love it, love it, love it. Danny Berry says, also, Dodgers up 5-0. Love it. Dodgers winning. Eagles G says, I hate to say it, but the 49ers a couple of years ago went to Philadelphia and spanked them as a revenge match after the runs the same. Well, the one thing about that game is they won. It was a great win for them. But the Eagles, that one year, they were sorry. They were beat up, and that wasn't the same team. They had that year like we did, where we were kind of like retooling. That's what happened. That wasn't even the same team that they beat. But yeah, but of course, the regular season Empire beat them there. John Barber says, maybe Rambo's trying to put a voodoo curse on you. He always has that thing. Stockton says, Rams 5, Eagles 2. I'll take it. Michael says, Rams 24, Eagles 20. Love it. Rasmus, I feel like the NFL media sometimes treat the Rams like they're still in St. Louis. They overlook us and don't showcase us the way they should. Yeah. And also, too, what's crazy is the NFL Network is right across the street, and the headquarters is at SoFi Stadium from SoFi Stadium. It's right across the street. That little field they show them standing on and stuff, they're basically renting from Kroenke. ESG says the Rams 30, Eagles 17. Love it, love it. Jacques 42 says 23-17. Love it, love it, love it. I said it's 30-20. The Rams over the Eagles. Geez, nuts! How you doing, brother? 24-13. Love it, love it. I would love to get Jarquez Hunter take over. LA says, need to get Jarquez Hunter involved. Yes, indeed. I would love it, man. I want to get Tutu Atwell involved, too. Get the ball downfield. Judge Ledma says, Eagles got to worry about us. That's exactly right. The keys to the game, like we were talking earlier, contain Saquon Barkley. No turnovers, no fumble. Don't put the ball on the field. Get turnovers. Remember that we're not going to have a Killer Witherspoon. Okay, we made a signing, And we got a guy that's going to be a depth piece. We'll see what happens with him. Um, is it Trey Brown? What was it? What is his name? Hold on. Let me tell you. Hold on. I put it on my community post. Trey Brown, and so we'll see how that goes. But he's like a death piece. Because we'll soon he's going to be gone for a while. Let's see. Rasmus says, you got McVay, once in a generation coach. Stafford, one of the best gunslingers and arm talents of all time. Young, talented defense. Young superstars, Puka and diverse. And yet they sleeping on us. Yep. Kyron Williams, too, is one of the top running backs in the NFL. That's just a lot of it is jealousy. A lot of these media heads are like Mina Kynes. She's a cool lady. She's great, but she's a big Seahawks fan. She tries to be impartial, but I do notice some things. They don't take the Rams seriously. They kind of like hate on us. It is what it is. Yeah, she says college players nowadays, college football nowadays play all over the country, unlike before. The Pac-10 only will play in the West, meaning they come to NFL. They come to the NFL ready to play East Coast ball. that spitter swallower comment still makes me laugh. Okay, let's see. Now on defense, well, on offense, let's get Devontae Adams, the other keys to the game. Let's get Devontae Adams involved early. Tutu Atwell as well. As long as we can get Tutu Atwell involved early, send him deep, throw him a couple of balls. Maybe he can get a pass interference or catch it. Get him involved early. Get him a couple of easy throws. When he gets more confidence, he's much more dangerous. Starts feeling it, especially there's no snow. It might be ugly weather, but it's not going to be snowing. Most likely. Puka Nacua will be involved. Jordan Whittington looks like he's on the cusp of breaking out. Tyler Ferguson, we would love Terrence Ferguson to get a couple of balls and show what he can do. On offense, just unload on him. Just show everything that we got. Let's just take them out. Okay. And then on defense, again, can contain Saquon Barkley, no giant runs to the house. Jalen Hurts is dangerous to run as well. But I'd rather have him trying to run than making big plays. But he can run to the end zone like he did the last game. But make them throw. Do what you have to do to contain Barkley. And then let's get out to a lead. Every time we get on the field, let's score 7, get out to a nice lead, and they're one-dimensional. We can put Barkley on the sidelines. Doctor, what is the weather supposed to be like? Let's find out. Weather in Philadelphia on Rams game day. Hold on. All right, let's see. I'll tell you right now. It's going to be cloudy. As of 10 p.m., cloudy. So maybe it's going to be bad weather, of course. Let's see. 4% chance of rain. So it's just going to be overcast, hopefully. 72 degrees. So, okay, not too bad. At first, I was reading it like it's going to rain. So there's the weather report. The Romania Sports Report is locked on weather. Rams Don says Arizona will beat the Winers. They're due to lose, baby. They're due to lose. Chewy Loco, how you doing, brother? Let's go Rams. Yes, indeed, baby. Aaron Coscarelli and Adams and Kay Adams. Both are fine as hell. Kay Adams, I noticed that she might have a filter on. But yeah. She says, "What do you think about Puna Ford? Is how Puna Ford is playing? I don't really hear his name. He's clogging things up, but he hasn't. He's minding his way. He'll be he'll as the season goes on, he'll be much more like this game. As long as Saquon Barkley's not having a great game, is having an okay game. Meaning, if he goes off for like 108 yards, that's doing a good job on him." Saga says, "You skipped my comment about them." Let's see. Oh, let me see. How about these QB rankings and the team rankings I sent you? Yeah, they always, especially Stafford. He's just so underrated. It's so stupid how they do that to him. Burrow says, "I'm hoping to see the game here in Texas." It should be able to. Let me see what your comment you're talking about real quick, Stockton. John Bauer says, "Rudy, if we eat your 30 burger, that's better than nothing. 2 burgers from Jack in the Ground." Love it, love it. All right, all right, all right. Stockton, what do you think? You guys like more Aaron or Kay? I don't really like Aaron. She says, "What do you think about the tush push and how the guards jump off side?" That's a big topic. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, remember, okay, when I speak about McVay and Stan Kroenke, this team, the place, what is this line right here? Let's see. Hold on. I noticed that the other day, and I forgot to. My light is causing a line, and oh well, whatever. Um, when I speak about them, I speak them in high regards because they're okay. For instance, I always like to make the joke like when Stan Kroenke, Jerry Jones, Robert Kraft, the main owners of the NFL, when they go to the owners' meetings and they sit at the big boy table, they're always up front in my mind, talking about the comings and goings, and they're the main owners. And then in the back of the back table, you got the Jed Yorks, the Dean Spanos, the owners that don't really matter. Allegedly, that's the way I look at it. I say that to say this that um Sean McVay is on the competition committee. And so if he's telling you, he's got to walk an even line. But if he's telling you that, yeah, I mean, that you have to figure out a way to stop it. But one thing that you really have to keep an eye on, and I know it's tough. Basically, I'm speaking as Sean McVay, paraphrasing, and I know it's tough to referee that, but they shouldn't be allowed to have the advantage of their linemen going off the ball before it's hiked, before the ball's they're basically offside. So that needs to be called. We will see if they call it against them, against us. So that's a great comment. But yeah, so people pay attention to what our guys say, and he's on that competition committee. That's one thing that a lot of people don't realize. He's just a really great coach. He's a jewel He's one of the one of the coaches on the competition committee, and he's just a jewel in the NFL's eye. Um, Here's the Rams knocking the Eagles out of the field goal range in the playoffs, and I want to show.
Pressure wise, here they come. They still get through, and the ball comes out. Spates.
So they're making them fumble, right? But this is one of the fumbles that they got back. So they fumbled too, but look.
Do pressure wise, here they come. They still get through, and the ball comes out. Spates knocked it out. Gainwell falls on it way back at the 48. Now 20 seconds.
Would that have been beautiful if, say, a Byron Young or a Jared Verse scooped that puppy up and took it to the house? That would have been beautiful. Or we just get the ball right there. So sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. But what do you guys think about this? I totally forgot about that, but I thought that this was Bush League. I mean, why do the Philadelphia Eagles get away with everything? What do you guys think about this? They're at home, it's snowing, and the referees are allowing them to clear the way for the field goal. Look at this here. Look at that. They're clearing away the snow. If I've never seen, and again, Sean McVay's on the competition committee, that should have been an unsportsmanlike penalty because you're not supposed to do that. Now I remember back in the day they had where they brought a thing out and they brought in the 80s, I think it was, in the 90s, and in Buffalo I might have been, they brought like a snow plow and they plowed like a lane. But I think you can't do that no more. But they're not. They're clearing the. I don't know if that shouldn't be legal. That shouldn't be legal. You gotta just leave it. You can, if when you're setting it down like all in one motion, kind of. But they're like all multiple players. They shouldn't be able to do that. What do you guys think about that? Yeah, she says we got Puna especially for this game. Love it, love it, love it. Michael Martin says, Kay Adams fine, but she needs to stop buffing her. You're on a Zoom cast. You're like, let me. Oh, I can see. Like my Ford shiny. That's funny. Yeah, she says. It's Johnny K. Johnny G says. Kay Adams was pretty back in the 2006. Now she's used Botox. Oh, all right. It's Stockton. Rams Don says the Rams versus Chargers in the Super Bowl. That would be something. Rams Moss says, I got Rams Bills. I love it. The Bills are so due. The NFL deserves a Matthew Stafford versus Josh Allen Super Bowl. DHP says, I love that you I love that you say about McVay. He is the main guy, and my opinion matters about the two guards being outside. Super Bowl champ, tenured head coach, and supermodel wife. Yep. He's just, that's why he's like Kyle Shanahan has a similar situation where if you were on the Niners or the Rams, especially with the Rams, if you had a cup of coffee with them, you'll get hired. The Rams, McVay's coaching tree is extended. The executive coaching tree is extended. The Jaguars just took Cody, the Jew Schrader, off of our practice squad because you got two former Rams. You got one executive, the GM and the coach over there. And then you look over at the Green Bay Packers, and you got LaFleur over there, and the Vikings, their head coach, and it's just it bites us in the ass because they know that our guys are so good, and that we have a great eye for talent, and they raid our practice squad, and we're not the only one, but yeah, Stockton's cooking. Johnny G says, Eagles ain't going to win S this year. We got them, baby. We got them. Well, on that note, you guys are talking about the one. I'll show you my speed right now. Hold on. I'll tell you right now. Let's see. Hold on, hold on. Show you right now. Big fan of this one here. This gal. Great sportscaster, commentator. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Demetria. Hold on, where'd it go? What happened? Okay, hopefully you guys were able to hear me. I don't know what happened when I tried to share it. It went away. Anyway, so here's, you guys were talking about Kay and the Aaron lady. Here's mine, Demetria. Here we go. Here we go. Great. Plays games with a headset and a PS5. Great commentary in sports, and does podcasts. This one here.
So amazing. All this hard work,
That
no
one trumps those other ones.
vacation. Stay up off my Instagram, pure temptation.
Okay, and hold on. One more.
Some people are so threatened by someone else's confidence that they want you to dim your own light just to make them feel better. And that's not going to happen here. I mean, let's be honest. You don't like him because he's flashy, because he has a nice watch, better than yours, better than mine. You know, I mean, that just sounds like hating.
There you go. The other one is Joy Taylor. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Like I said, she's sticking the stickers. Yeah, I tried to share it. I tried to share on the Twitter um, clip that I had there, and it wouldn't share, and then I disappeared. I don't know. Uh, the stream the stream was messed. But yeah, so that's over those two. When it comes to just what I enjoy, but they're both good though. I know Kay Adams I like. Aaron I don't know about really much. Lauren Sanchez. I remember Lauren Sanchez from back in the day. All right, let's see. Okay, let's get back on track. But she plays games too. She plays Call of Duty, all that stuff. Michael says, Kyrene and Blake, the 1-2 punch will get it done this week. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Yep, Caster says, y'all remember when Lauren Sanchez was the Lakers beat reporter? She was hot back then. Now she's with the billionaire where life is crazy where life takes you. Yeah, I saw her go. She was much older now, of course. God bless her. But she's with this old dude, and he's got money, so maybe they're in love. Who knows? I'm not going to judge. Rasmus says the 49ers are in rebuilding phase, but their fans don't understand that. They've become like the Cowboy fans' level of delusion. I call them the West Coast Cowboys. BB says, why is Verse skipping like that? He's just having a good time. BB says, I hate the Eagles. Yes, indeed. Where's OG Willie Boy? I came in later. He's probably out chilling, probably out for the night. Came in later. Raheem Morris. Yep, Raheem Morris is another guy in the Sean McVay coaching tree. He says, when was the last time we beat the Eagles? Have we beaten them in LA? We beat them. I believe we beat them. I'll tell you right now. We beat them in. I think we beat them in 2018 at the Coliseum. I'll tell you right now. Let's see. Last time the Rams beat the Eagles was January 19. Let's see. Now, what are you doing? That's not when we won. Here we go. Last 10 years. Let's look at it. Hold on. We beat them in 2020, 37-19. It doesn't say where that was though. And then the Eagles beat us 30-23 in 2018. So I had it backwards as far as that. And the Eagles beat us 43-35 in 2017. That's that Carson Wentz game, I think, where he got hurt, right? But the 2020 game doesn't say where it was at. So that was the last time we beat the Eagles, period, is 2020, 37-19. John Bomber says the NFL has legalized gambling. I think they want certain teams to win because of that reason. Players can clear the field between plays with only hands and feet. Got it. Let's see. Rams Doan says, we are the Rams mob, a gang answers to the mob. Yes, indeed, baby. Try Stockton is crazy. Stockton said, Rumble blocked me from calling in this chat. The Riders are barely surviving the last place schedule. They should be 0-2, man. And the Big Mac is the starting quarterback right now, and he's doing everything that Brock Purdy did without Kittle. BB says Rams are 5-1 with the Eagles. Rams are 5-1 versus the Eagles since coming back to LA. Damn. Wait, 5-1? I hate the Eagles. 1-5, you mean? I think, right? Jock 42 says, Daddy Mac making Purdy rush back. He's like, I'm fine. Really am. Yeah, but your toes curled up. Let's see. Yeah, the Lauren Sanchez thing is crazy. Rasmus says, I bet Demetrius DMs are, yeah. She's cool. Like, her and Joy Taylor are cool. But she's something else. She's something else. I remember I was making fun of Chris Paul. No, not Chris Paul. Was an old dude from the Clippers. They went with. Oh, what do you guys think too in the chat? What do you guys think about the Balmer and allegedly the contract or something with I don't know the whole story, so I'm asking you the contract with Kawhi Leonard. Like, there's some kind of stuff going on and they're investigating or something? If you guys know, give me a quick summary in the thing. Um, but anyway, so I was making fun of the dude from the Clippers, Paul George. And so I was talking about the 3-pointers because they were showing how in the playoffs he bricks 3-pointers, and then she was laughing at it. This is a couple years ago, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" She saw my tweet. But yeah, let's see. But yeah, she's something else. Her and Joy Taylor are my favorite. But she is a Kansas City Chiefs fan, so it's okay. As long as she's not a Niner fan. Ram John says Pam Oliver looks like a little. I never really looked at it like that. She's an older lady though. John Bomber says I have a great respect for Willie Bone. He's retired Navy. If he's not here today, let him party. He deserves it. Yep. I think he's probably he's probably turned in for the night. I came in a little later. Well, who knows? But I just think maybe because I usually come in earlier, or he might be busy. Ram John says 2001 NFC Championship game was the last time we beat Philadelphia. Well, no, we beat them in 2020 according to stat moves. Barrow Stover says hopefully Kareem can hold the football and not fumble and take a sack and hold on to this. And Stafford take the sack and hold on to the ball. Johnny G says we beat them 2020. Yep. Yeah, she says London. That was in London. Okay, we're 1-5 against. That's crazy, huh? Ramdas says ban Kawhi Leonard for life. That's what you get for not coming to the LA. Yeah, he was pulling that stunt with Paul George. Chad Bomber says Kawhi Leonard and my daughter went to Myrtle Valley High. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Rasmus says now it makes sense why we turned down playing with. Now it makes sense why he turned down playing with LeBron. Clippers paid him more than the max, and it should get hit with penalties. Yeah, I was looking at that. They're investigating. Now it does make sense if that is the true, though. I mean, money makes talks. Ram Johnson's in the playoffs, I meant. Okay, got you. Okay, there you go. He cleared it up. To be honest with you, I don't like Joy Taylor. I'm glad she got fired. Oh, that's okay. Everyone has a right to an opinion. I do though. I think she's cool. I don't agree with everybody's takes, everything they say, but I just, I think she's cool. But it's okay. Everyone has who they prefer. Let's see. But I was comparing to the other two, the Kay and Aaron Andrews. Let's see. I want to give you guys a refresher on let's see, where'd it go? let's see. The Puka Nakua grab in the snow, man. This set us up, and man, what could have been? Here we go. Puka Nakua.
Stafford shakes the shoulders, takes a shot downfield. It is caught by Nakua. He pinned it on his shoulder.
All you need is that clip in the background. You know that where they say it was about that time that the Philadelphia Eagles knew that they effed up. Oh man! And you know what I want to do though too is I actually went over it. Let me I wanted to bring you guys. I wanted to bring you. This may be painful for some people, but I want to just show you how close we were. Refresh you how close we were on that last drive. Hold on. All right, hold on. Let me set this up. Also, too, speaking of my guy Willie Bowen, is Xavier Smith is playing great, doing his thing. He's getting better and all that stuff. He messed up in this game, if you remember, and it was a tough catch because it's in the snow. But he's a young player. If he would have caught the ball where the ball landed when they punted to us to get that last drive going, we would have been close to the 35, 38 yard line. Instead, we started like at the 18 yard line, and then we ended up at the 13 yard line. Imagine if we would have been closer. Puka Nakua would have caught that ball like at the 5. So let me just show you what I mean. Okay, so let me set this up, and you'll get to see this. I'm going to run this whole drive, and I'm going to talk behind it. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna play it there. So let me share it. Let's see if the sharing works this time. It was acting up. Let's see. Here we go. Let's share it. Sharing is caring. Okay, so you guys can see it good. Now, let me. Okay, so let's start it from there. Let's see what it looks like in the chat. Okay, ready? So look what Xavier Smith, where he could have got the ball. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can do something. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay. Let's see. Let's put this one down here. Want to make it bigger? Okay, let's just put it there. Okay, so here we go. Ready? Look where Xavier Smith catches the ball, and the commentators will tell you as well. Let me get the volume up on it. Hold on. Okay. All right, here we go. Ready? Here we go. Take it away.
With everything that's been happening in LA.
So look where he catches the ball. Now, this is a young player, but that could have made a difference. And don't talk about it. Look where he's at. He would have had the ball right around the 28.
And he just bailed on it. And the ball
32.
rolls back.
Look, now we're on the 18.
20-yard line.
The coach kind of grabs him and says, "Hey, you can't do that." They pat him on the helmet next time.
Make that catch. I can't tell you how many times I can think of coaches and Bill Parcells and Belichick's of the world. You have to make that catch in that situation.
And that's a young player.
Smith, the undrafted free agent.
You can't do that against great teams on the road.
Didn't want to muff it, bailed on it. Cost him a dozen yards or so. The ball is marked at the 18. No timeouts.
There's Matthew Stafford doing his thing. The guys are rallying around him. And the guy's got ice water through his veins.
He's done it so often. Can he do it again? Stafford, Higbee back in the game to the 23-yard line.
And so we're gonna sit here and look at this play because it was right there for us, man. I mean, people, it's crazy.
Time here. It's caught by Cup. It's a first down for the Rams just across the 30-yard line. And that gets us to the 2-minute warning. So they got that first down. They've got the chance here for an incredible comeback. The LA Rams trying to do it in the snow. Philly trying to hold on.
That's amazing for a West Coast team to play like they did against the best team in the NFL, turns out, because they won the Super Bowl and they bullied the Kansas City Chiefs. They were the only team that they even admitted it, that we gave them the toughest test out of all the teams that they ever played all year.
Get that defensive line worn down. They're not going to sub out during this 2-minute offense. keep the completions coming and then get them later.
First and 10, Stafford shot for Cup, almost intercepted. Cooper to Jean cut underneath and almost had a game-ending interception for Philadelphia. Second and 10.
And that's Cooper Kupp. He's questioning Cooper Kupp on that one. Cooper Kupp wasn't ready, but he wasn't himself. That's a pass that I'm lucky. It would have been a tough catch anyway because they're both going away from the ball. But he took a chance, and Cooper Kupp wasn't himself that whole year.
Second and 10. Eagles bring an extra man with pressure. Stafford throwing. Broken up by Slay. Darius Slay on the coverage of Nakua. And his old teammate knocks it away from Stafford. It's third down.
A confident break by Slay on that one. He was not worried about the footing on that one. Watch him put his back foot in the ground, break on the ball, and make a huge play, just the same way he started in the first quarter.
Warren Burks, the linebacker, comes back in. Ringo, the corner, goes out.
So they got no completions out of those early downs, and now they're having to throw the ball down the field.
Here comes the pressure. Stafford throws inside. It's caught by Robinson for the first down at the 43-yard line. They brought in Burks. They brought the pressure. Stafford beat it. Final 95 seconds of regulation. Stafford shakes the shoulders, takes a shot downfield. It is caught by Nakua. He pinned it on his shoulder and made the catch.
It's a great play, man.
Oh, man!
Injury update. Steve Avila and
that's unbelievable.
Steve Avila
21-yard line.
And
oh my gosh, they're playing for the win right here.
And Fisk are working with the trainers and strength conditioning coaches. And McVay's very positive, thinking that they'll play on Sunday.
Stafford swings it out there, sliding catch by Kupp, and he goes out of bounds. It only gains a couple of yards, but it stopped the clock at 1:19.
And even though that play goes out of bounds, I would stay no huddle. This defensive line is exhausted.
Joy Taylor,
they were wearing
I hear all that stuff,
Rams
you never know what to
from
believe.
a
But they're grown
pass
adults,
protection standpoint.
She reminds me
they're
for some
not
reason of
subbing
Vanity.
in, and so now you've got an
I
opportunity.
know a lot of times she has her hair curly, and for some
look
reason
for a
she reminds me
second,
of
look
Vanity
for a
from
third
the
option
Prince
down the
days,
field.
Vanity.
And right now Stafford is in control. They
Denise,
probably have to
what
blitz
was
to
her
get
name? Denise, I
pressure
can't
at this
remember her real name.
The Eagles come on through.
Oh boy.
So here's where we started having problems.
False start. Offense number 69.
We got all the way down.
5-yard penalty.
Okay.
Second down.
Now this is where Bo Limmer started to have problems.
Not only do you get the penalty in that situation, you also get a substitution in for the Philadelphia Eagles on their defensive line. So a very expensive penalty there.
Back the ball
this is where we started to have a problem on the
3-yard line. Milton Williams out to catch his breath.
So here comes Jalen Carter.
Stafford looking to pull his
well, not after this one. Here we go. There we are. Getting closer. Remember, Xavier Smith would have caught that ball. We would have been much closer.
It'll be marked down 3rd and 3.
I tell you, that's when having a powerful arm is such a weapon. He couldn't even get his feet
There's still like a minute left. He could do like a jet sweep or something.
And get that out there perfectly.
Up to the bottom.
A delayed pass over the middle.
3rd and 2.
The rushers come in.
Look,
right there.
He's sacked. Brought down by Jalen Carter.
So let's see where the play starts. Let's see.
It'll be marked down 3rd and 3.
Couldn't even get his
3rd and 2.
Look, he just runs right in. Look at the middle.
Bottom, Nakua to the top.
Okay. He's looking to the left. Bo Limmer. And Jalen Carter's in front of him.
3rd.
And so Dotson is helping on the other side. And by the time he turns back around, he's gone. He's already past him. Look at that. Free lane. Would that have happened with Colton Shelton? I don't know. Jalen Carter's a great player. Up until that point, the Rams were Stafford had time to throw. Well, he was getting the ball off quick, but wasn't happening.
Stafford in trouble.
That puts us back.
Brought down by Jalen Carter.
And then he's going to get in there again.
4th down, final
And then
Two-minute clock
Stafford has
running.
to get rid of
Gotta
the ball,
have
and
it.
it's off. The ball is off.
Complete mistake inside. You've got a rookie in at center. He turned the wrong way,
And if you
they
look from
gave
the
a
other, there's other
free
angles where they
run
showed it.
to the best of the
As he's running
defensive
in there,
linemen of
somebody's
the
running
Philadelphia
into the
Eagles.
end
You'll
zone
see the center
now.
turn here, and there's
Somebody's
nobody
opening
left.
the end zone, in the back of the end
And the
zone,
clock is running,
or
and they are
close to
huddling
the goal line.
because it's down to this play. They've got to get 11 yards on 4th and 11 at the 22.
Now it's 4th down. They know that we
Down
have
to
to pass.
35 seconds left. Higbee in motion.
There he goes again. See, look, just a simple move. Look. Keep your eye on the center, Bo Lummer.
Higbee in
He's looking to the left for some reason,
motion.
and then he loses track of the guy in front of him. And I know you got to do it quick, but you got to come back around. That's the guy that just passed, got Stafford. There he goes. He's already passed him. Would have loved for Dotson to have to turn around real quick and got in his face, but there he is. Stafford had to get rid of it. I wonder if he would have, it was 4th down, if he would have got the ball to Kyrene right there.
He's got to have it.
No, Kyrene didn't have nowhere to go. It would have taken an extraordinary play, and the ball's offline. That's the game. He gave it a good run, so yeah, but that sucks. That sucks. What you guys saying? The stream got kicked out, got taken down? It didn't show for you guys? At least we didn't have to watch the Saturday. It didn't show for you guys? Interesting. Is the stream off? Let me look on my phone. I've never had that happen before. Hold on. Hold on, let me see. Oh.